most of us just came back from a nice break. And so the theme table topics this week is the break. What did you do on the break? Aaron.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. So what I did during the break, well, I actually didn't really have much of a break because I graduated. So truthfully, my break was kind of the same as every other week right now. I worked a little bit, but the one thing that was different was my friends were mostly out of college because of spring break, so I could hang out with them a lot, which was actually a lot of fun. Did a couple of really fun things. I went down to Santa Cruz with a lot of friends. Mostly just went on the beach and just hanged out, played volleyball, and just was able to kind of sleep, which was really nice. I also had a cold for about 3 or 4 days, which kind of sucked. That was actually during Santa Cruz too, but kind of got over it. One thing I found is when you're active, when you have a cold, it's actually a lot funner. I know that I didn't feel as tired and just yucky when I was at Santa Cruz because I was doing a lot of different things, which made it a lot more fun. The other thing I did is I hanged out with one of my friends for about 2 days. We played this Italian game late at night with a couple beers in our hands, where it's pretty much like curling, except it's with sand. You just throw a ball, then you throw an even bigger ball, and you try to get as close to it, and then the other team will try to throw a ball just as close or knock the other ball away. And it was really fun. And then the next day, I played a round of golf for the first time in about 2 years, so I don't want to say what score I got. But it was really fun. I actually want to golf now a little bit more. So that's what I did during spring break.
And a reminder for our new people, these are 1 to 2 minute speeches. At 1 minute, Caleb will hold up the green card, at 1.5 the yellow card, and at 2 minutes the red card. And you have 30 seconds to wrap it up, or you'll be disqualified from our competition. We also vote on who did the best job answering the question. What do you wish you could have done? Thomas.
Well, I can scratch off the list of going to Vegas and being a next door. What I wish I could have done was gone back home. I mean, I haven't seen my parents, obviously. Just see my folks and my sister moved to Fort Lawrence. I haven't seen my 2 nephews and they're going to be in August. So it would have been nice to go back home, not to see my friends in Colorado and in Wyoming, and also check out Fort Collins, CSU. They have a bachelor's program for bachelor arts and science, and consider my master's. So that's something I wish I could have done, but all in actuality, I stayed home, I cleaned my house, I cleaned my car, I purged my house, I went to San Francisco for a day, I held it 10 years, and it works. So that's not much of a break, is it? Mr. Master?
What has been your best break ever? Ernest.
Well, it certainly wasn't this last week. I didn't get a break. I'm out of school, so I was working in the Bay Area, training people. But I think my best break probably was when I went to Ensenada, Mexico with some friends. Similar to the presentation that was given earlier, we actually did a road trip. We drove to Mexico, drove across the border, and that was a lot of fun. And it was a little, I don't know, it was a little challenging because driving over the border, you have to get insurance. You don't know what's going to happen to your car. You don't know if you're going to get pulled over. So there were a lot of unknowns, but I think that was part of the challenge and part of what we were talking about, or what the presentation said earlier, which was taking you out of your element, challenging yourself, changing your perspective. And that's when I was actually in school and came back refreshed and was able to study, resume whatever midterms I had left. And that was the best break that I can remember. So, thank you.
been your worst break ever? Albert.
I really thought about what my worst break ever is. Many of my breaks I tend to go on trips with my family, so they usually organize a lot of different things. But I would have to say my worst break ever happened in spring break during my junior year of high school, where usually my family goes out, goes to Six Flags or Disneyland, have a fun time. I unfortunately got sick right after school. So I had to spend the entire week in bed trying to get better. Meanwhile, my family didn't seem to think that me not being there was really a worthy reason to cancel their vacation plans. So I was left by myself. And of course, my friends can't come over when I'm sick, because why would you want to be sick that? So I would have to say that's definitely my worst break ever.
That really sounds like a bummer.
Sorry, man.
If you could go anywhere just for spring break, where would you go? Anthony.
Let's see, if I could go anywhere, I think I would probably choose somewhere super exotic, like Spain or something like that, where it's just completely out of my element, and I'm forced to just learn things every day in order to survive. I think that's probably the best way to learn, and then that combined with the beautiful scenery and the beautiful people, that would just be way too awesome. Like, yeah, definitely Spain. That's it.
If you could change anything about this break, what would you change? Sergio, you knew it was coming.
So if I could change anything of our break, I think I would change the amount of time we had. I wish we had more time, maybe like a month or so.
True that.
So we could do more things and more fun activities. Personally, my break was great, so coming back to school was kind of a shock. Finding out all these deadlines I had to find again and follow. So I would definitely change the time of our break.
What do you think is the best thing that could be done on a break? George. What is the best thing that could be done on a break?
So there's a lot of things that could be done over a break. I think the best thing to do right after our midterms that have passed and the midterms that are coming up is to sleep in. Unfortunately, I wished I could sleep in much more, but I did not. Even though I slept, some nights I slept for 4 hours and some nights I slept for 10 hours straight. But I still wish that I could sleep longer. Another cool thing to do over spring break, amazing, would be go travel. Go travel to some exotic location, a place where you have not been yet. For example, I've been on 2 cruise ships. I've been to Bahamas. I've never been in Hawaii. I would love to go to Hawaii. I've been in Europe. I've been to over 5 countries in Europe. But I still would enjoy traveling to Hawaii.
spring break parties in Cancun, and would you want to be there? Jordan.
I absolutely have never heard about those wild parties in Cancun, but now I totally want to be there. I mean, when you have a week and it's a break, you go travel. But when you find those college towns with nice places, you know, you ever been to Chico during spring break? It's pretty wild. But Cancun, that just sounds ridiculous. Oh, I mean the things there. I imagine there probably wouldn't be one sober moment coming in the third day there. And I'm sure there'd be a lot of bumping music and a whole lot of the cute girls going around. So you guys, if you have a girlfriend back home, what happens in Cancun stays in Cancun. It just seems like one of those fun experiences. So yeah, I'm totally going to go there someday.
Miss Timer, did all of our timing